What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I've got some football focus. On a Wednesday, no less, the Pittsburgh Steelers just finally finished their Week 12 matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And you guys know this one has been a COVID-centric, weird matchup for a long time. This was supposed to happen last Thursday, 6 days ago, Thanksgiving night. The game was postponed because the Ravens came down with cases of COVID. And then the cases continued, so the game was rescheduled for Sunday, I think at 1:15 p.m., and then the game was rescheduled for Tuesday. It was going to happen yesterday, and then the game was rescheduled again for Wednesday here at 3:40 p.m. So here I am at 7 o'clock p.m. on a Wednesday, recording a Steelers-Ravens review. Glad to see us finally getting out there to play. Both teams were a little shorthanded tonight, Ravens way more so than the Steelers. The gameplay was a little evident too. Not only Pittsburgh was short today, Stephon Tuitt, all because of COVID. Pittsburgh also got some COVID cases as well. Stephon Tuitt did not play tonight for the Steelers. Marquise Pouncey did not play, and James Conner did not play. And then for the Ravens, they lost a whole host of guys as well. Lamar Jackson was out. Both running backs, Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins, were out. Mark Andrews, the star tight end, was out. So both teams were lacking a lot of star power. Like I said, Ravens even more than Pittsburgh, but that showed in the gameplay today. A little kind of a sloppy, kind of a hard-hitting game. It was pretty much combining the defensive, low-scoring game the Ravens and Steelers usually have, along with the fact of a lot of big players being out with COVID and the regular players that did play not being able to practice pretty much for the last 10 days because they were pretty much off from Thanksgiving on. So it showed today. It was gritty. It was physical. It was sloppy at times. Overall, in the first half, Pittsburgh came out. First two drives on offense, played pretty well. Got down inside the 20 pretty much like twice, drove down the field well, and then stalled out for field goal attempts. Did get a pick six early, just like in the last game, to set the tone early. RG3, I think it was his first pass of the game. He threw right into the hands of Joe Hayden, who ran it back for a touchdown. So Pittsburgh got off to an early 6-0 lead. And then the field goal, the extra point, by Boswell was missed. So we had a 6-0 lead for a while. Then our offense really started tailing off. Our offense had been consistently good outside the 20s and then got pretty bad inside our 20, getting into the red zone. But the offense took pretty much a nosedive for all of the second and third quarters. Our offense was very quiet for most of the game at that point. Special teams was sloppy. Pittsburgh, again, after getting the defensive touchdown, starting to get ahead, gets the ball back, and then Ray McLeod fumbles the ball. He catches the ball when there's a guy about 2 yards away, doesn't fair catch it, catches it, gets hit hard, fumbles, and gives the Ravens the ball at like the 10-yard line, which then results in Baltimore's only touchdown for about 3.5 quarters. So Pittsburgh's defense plays very, very well for most of the game here. It's pretty much just the one touchdown because of the special teams error we had until the fourth quarter, and then there was another score. Pittsburgh winds up going ahead to win this game 19-14, but considering Lamar Jackson and the best receiver on the team, Mark Andrews, and the two top runners on the team did not play, and the game was RG3 and Gus Edwards. Nothing against those guys. RG3 is still an athlete. He can still run. Gus Edwards is pretty underrated as a third running back, but for what the Ravens were lacking on offense, the game shouldn't have been anywhere near as close as it was. You saw a lot of guys getting hurt. You could see the lack of practice. Guys were not loose out there. I think Jimmy Smith for the Ravens wound up hobbling. The Ravens lost one lineman, I think a linebacker as well. Bud Dupree, big news. Bud Dupree goes down. He's going on the outside. He's looking for a strafe to get to the outside to get a sack and just falls down untouched and clutches at his leg. It looked like an ACL. It looked pretty serious. He did get up on his feet and hobble off, so it wasn't like it was super debilitating, but he looked in a lot of pain and didn't come back into the game. So I don't know what his status is going to be. That would be a massive loss for us as one of the defensive leaders on this team. There's a lot of, again, speaking to the sloppiness, not only were there a lot of injuries and special teams errors today, but also a lot of drops. On offense, you can't blame Ben too much. There were a lot of drops in this game. Deontay Johnson dropped no less than 3 balls, 2 of which hit him right in the hands that he should have caught. Also, Eric Ebron dropped several balls today. He was not incredibly sharp in this game. He had a bunch of catches. All these guys did. They spread the ball out and did a lot of the short passing game they usually do. And all these guys had a ton of catches. But dropping the ball on third downs, dropping the ball in the red zone. We had one third down play that could have been converted by Deontay Johnson that was dropped on a wheel route. And we had 2 or 3 targets in the red zone. I think one for Deontay, one for Ebron, and I think one for Juju. They were all inside the 10-yard line that could have possibly gone for touchdowns that were dropped. So you got to convert in the red zone, and you got to convert third downs. And those are things the Steelers have done pretty well all year long and did not do well today. So play calling was very conservative. A lot of drops in the receivers, special teams errors, made this game much closer than it should have been. But Pittsburgh still does get the 19-14 win. Big positives. Once again, Ben getting the ball out of his hands quickly. He was hit and pressured more today than he has been all season. Baltimore is good for that. He was smacked around a lot, but still got the ball out of his hands quickly, got a lot of short completions, was really spreading the ball around for a lot of short plays today. Running game saw Benny Snell come in as a starting running back today with Connor being down with COVID. Didn't do much in the first 3 quarters. Didn't see much in him. Had a couple of nice pass catches as a receiver out of the backfield, but fourth quarter, he turned it on big time. He was converting third downs. He was breaking tackles, bouncing to the outside. He was really extending the drive and running the clock for us when it was needed most in the fourth quarter. So Snell didn't show much early on, but showed a lot in that fourth quarter for me. Let's get to some stats real quick, and I'll continue on. Big Ben, 36 of 51. 51 passes, but again, if you look at the 36 completions, for 266 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. For Ben to complete 36 balls for only 266 shows you he was throwing some very short passes. He was doing a lot of 3-yard, 5-yard, 6-yard completions. More so today, I think, than all season long. But it worked in our favor until we got to the red zone, then kind of stalled out. But in the fourth quarter, we finally did get a touchdown drive. So again, Ben, 36 of 51, 266, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The touchdown was to Juju on a really nice long conversion for a long drive that should have put the game away at 19-7. Sadly, it did not, but nice drive for Ben there. Juju made some nice plays in the fourth quarter as well. The interception was a bad throw. We went forward on 4th and goal, and Ben just kind of tossed it up right to the Ravens. Just didn't see anything open, so just kind of threw it away. Not the smartest play by Ben there. But overall, efficient day for Ben. Again, he's doing what he's been doing all season. He throws the ball around short, he mixes it up, he gets the ball out of his hands, and he takes a few deep shots downfield. Today, those deep shots did not land for us, but the short ones did work. Benny Snell, his numbers for the night, 16 carries, 60 yards, and 3 catches for 33 yards. So 93 total yards in this game, but 16 for 60. Again, nothing much running the ball at all for 3 quarters of the game. But fourth quarter, all of a sudden, Benny Snell was showing that downhill running, kind of getting better as the game goes on, like Jerome Bettis used to do. Was breaking a lot of tackles, was getting a lot of third and shorts, converting. But again, Pittsburgh is doing that same old inside shotgun handoff, and they're not using the fullback at all. Even in the fourth quarter, when the game was about decided and Pittsburgh was trying to obviously run the ball out, they still didn't use any of Derek Watt, which is a terrible shame. Receiving, Juju 8 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown. So Juju has the 1 offensive touchdown of the day for the Steelers on a very slow day. But Juju, 8 catches, just 37 yards. So it shows you again how small, how little these guys are throwing the ball for, less than 5 yards per catch. Eric Ebron had 7 for 54 as our offensive leader. I think Claypool had 8 catches. Deontay had 7 or 8 catches, but all for under 50 yards. So just very small amounts catching the ball. But again, several drops today, so not the best day for the receiving corps. Between the lack of yardage after the catch and the drops, I wouldn't give the receiving corps too much credit today. Defensively, like I said, the 1 touchdown off of the special teams error, the turnover that gave the Ravens the ball on the 10-yard line on a tired defense. Other than that one drive, Pittsburgh only allowed 1 other touchdown the whole day, 1 other score the whole day, which was Trace McSorley came in the third string quarterback for the Ravens. Easy for me to say. McSorley comes in and throws a ball down the sideline. Hayden gambled in for the sack, so he came in to make a play for the sack. And then Terrell Edmonds was out of position on the coverage and missed the tackle, which allowed Hollywood Brown to take the short catch and take it all the way down the field for a 70-something yard touchdown. So that made it a 5-point game, and we had to get a few first downs to to finish the game off. And my goodness, we had like a 3rd down and 6, and Ben was going back, goes to pass the ball, throws it up over the middle of the field, kind of just lollipops it, a really easy kind of throw, no mustard on it. Over the middle of the field, James Washington is covered by about 2 or 3 Ravens defenders. Finds a way to get under the ball, make the catch in traffic, hold on to it, not fumble. They mentioned on commentary that Washington is the best contested catch guy we have. I would concur. I like his hands more than anybody else we have, and I'm so glad he's in there. I wish he had more targets. I think he only had 2 targets for the whole day with this one big catch. But man, thank you, Washington, for making a massive play in the middle of the field. Really, really good stuff. Then we had defensively, Joe Hayden with the pick 6. I mentioned it early. He took it back in the first quarter, made a catch, stayed on his feet, got in the end zone. He had a really good day overall. In spite of gambling for the sack whenever the ball went his way. That was relying on Edmonds, but big pick 6 for Hayden in this game. 3 sacks total. TJ Watt gets 2. Cam Hayward gets 1. TJ Watt's making so many plays in there. Plays on the running back. Plays off of the option, making the right decision. Getting to the quarterback twice today. Several hits in this game. Hayward always plays well. 6 tackles for our inside linebacker, Robert Spillane, who filled in nicely. Didn't get mentioned much, but had a couple nice hits. Was really getting to the ball quick today. I want to give Tyson Alualu credit for several quarterback hits and a couple of running back stops. I love what he's doing in there. Glad he's back healthy. He's one of our really good guys. Chris Wormley played outside today for Tuitt, who was out with COVID. Didn't recognize him too much. Didn't make too many big plays there. But again, got to feel good about the defense. The 1 touchdown in the 4th quarter you don't want to see happen. The game was too close, especially for the 3rd-string quarterback. But I'm really proud overall of what this team did, getting to 11-0. Even though Baltimore came in with more injuries than us, we still came in with a lot of guys not playing because of COVID. We came in getting the game pushed back 3 times, not practicing in 10 days, and being without a few guys. To do all that against a division rival on a random Wednesday and win the game in a tightly contested game and get to 11-0, you got to feel good. Pittsburgh's got 5 games left. We're 11-0. It's our best start in franchise history, and I like our chances going forward. They've pushed our Redskins game back now to Monday afternoon at 5 p.m. to give us a little more time instead of going Wednesday to Sunday. So I appreciate that, but it's another awkward time, so you'll get another awkward Monday evening review from me. So yeah, got to clean up the catches. Got to get a little less predictable in the play calling. Got to try to use that fullback for the run game and get the run game being more effective and not waiting for the 4th quarter. Got to convert 3rd downs. Got to clean up special teams. But again, 19-14, Pittsburgh gets a hard-nosed win against a hard-nosed Baltimore team who is better than their record indicates. And I like the Baltimore sweep for us, another big divisional win for us. We're about 1 win away from getting this division title. Cleveland is still 3 games behind us. But you got to feel good with Pittsburgh at 11-0. Tell me in the comments below, who stood out to you in this game? Was it closer than you thought? Who do you give your game balls to? And what are you looking forward to Monday at 5 p.m. now against the Washington football team? Can't say the Redskins anymore. Washington football team. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys want more Steeler coverage and a bunch of other videos that I do. Please share this video and tell your friends, and I will see you guys Monday. Go Steelers. Go undefeated Steelers.